Guys, breaking news. Bank of America completely kaplooed. Why? Where? What happened? Well, Bank of America users were reporting that their balance showed $0. And this, they say, is a widespread outage, which, oh gosh, we've seen this quite often, especially if you guys remember with Zelle. Zelle was a mess and people were not getting their money and it was just not showing up. They were not getting paid. That was an issue. And it was a financial failure. Now, guys, people were experiencing, again, zero balance in their bank accounts. Imagine you are going to buy food for your family, saying, we're going to make a nice chicken parm tonight. And then you go, you get your chicken, you get your breadcrumbs, you get the eggs, you get the sauce, you get the cheese, and then you go to check out, and you have your little Bank of America card, bing-a-doo-doo. And all of a sudden, they say, oh, you can't get your money. And it says that you have no balance, so then you get declined. What happens then? Now, again, Bank of America, social media, customers were saying they couldn't view their account balances, and those that could view that said they were met with an alarming $0. For many, a connection error message popped up while trying to log into the banking app. Message said it was unable to complete your request and asked the user to try again later. By 1:15 p.m. Eastern Time, nearly 20,000 customers said they were having trouble, according to Down Detector, which reports web outages. The number dropped before rising again around 2:45. It is unclear what caused the outage, and in a statement, a spokesperson for Bank of America said some clients are experiencing an issue accessing their accounts and balance information today. These issues are being addressed and have largely been resolved. We apologize for any inconvenience, and customers who experienced the outage flocked to social media like X and Reddit. And Bank of America also experienced an outage over the summer when CrowdStrike, the global cyber security company, faced a massive crash due to a flawed update. It goes to show that, again, the banking system, the infrastructure is not good. Technically, and, the financial side, it's not coherent. Now, we're using old energy, old money, old technology. This is why we need to step it up with crypto, bring it to that mainstream adoption, educate people on how this is a network. Bitcoin is a network. Litecoin is a great example of a network that has never had issues and will never go down. And has never in the past, Litecoin specifically. This is something that we, again, need to educate people on. Being your own bank, being in control of your money, knowing that if I have an outage with my bank, that way I have money that still belongs to me and I can still transact with anyone, anywhere in the world with no censorship and no intermediaries to tell me yes or no. It's becoming dangerous to have your money in the bank, especially when, again, one day you will open your bank account, it will say zero, and you will not be able to buy anything. And when the banks actually default, when the banks are actually failing, like we saw 5 bank failures in 2023, people have short memories. We already had a bank failure this year and many more that they did not cover in the media, which again, lack of transparency. This is why crypto, this is why blockchain, there should be proof of reserves for every single bank. So that way, if I go to my local bank and they say, oh, there's only X amount of dollars here, if people knew that there were only a certain amount of dollars in each of the banks and how much money they really had there, would people be using the banks? Would people be using the banks? No. People will rather, and at this point especially, many people have their money under their mattress, or they have crypto, because if you have money under your mattress, you pose a physical threat to yourself, where if somebody comes at you and they come into your home, well, there's going to be a little bit of an issue, a little bit of a kerfuffle, as they want to take your cash and run away with it. When it comes down to crypto, no one can take that from you unless you give them your private keys, which if you're storing it safely, then they can't touch, they cannot get, and your funds will be safe. That's important. Being your own bank and doing it the right way. Please, my friends, please be careful. Do not give up. Educate people on the movement so that way we are able to have a safe and prosperous life. They want to take away our money. They want to take away everything. And if the banks shut down and if they shut off your cards, who will you run to? You're just a number to them. They will never, ever give you that support. And we know that people that need support don't get it, especially from our admin and the banks. And don't forget about February 2021 when the whole interbanking system went down for hours where trillions of dollars could not be moved. And they still don't know why that happened. It's like a flip of a switch just occurred and the whole interbanking system went down. It's very easy. It's very easy, especially with CrowdStrike where your social security numbers got leaked. One day, these credit cards will not work. Your bank will not work. And we've already seen when they want to shut down the bank branches for whatever reason. We saw it in 2021 and people went to go get money. They were waiting outside to get to the ATM. And the ATMs only have so much cash and they will set limits on how much cash you can get. You need money that's yours. You need money that you're in control of. And that's why we're in crypto. Be your own bank and have money that you can send to anyone, anywhere in the world with no people holding you back. Seeing $0 in your bank account is very scary, especially, again, if the bank fails and the FDIC will not cover you. Janet Yellen even says it. There has to be a near unanimous decision by her and her cronies, plus a presidential signature to give you money. And if you don't pose an economic threat, then your bank is gone. And on top of that, the banks don't follow any rules. I mean, you can look at how much money Bank of America has been fined. Let's look that up. Bank of America fines. In July, you remember we were talking about it, Bank of America was ordered to pay over $200 million for illegally charging junk fees, withholding credit rewards, and opening fake accounts. We went over that. Guys. Bank of America, man. They were opening credit card accounts without your permission. Imagine, they're using your identity. They're using your credentials. This is why we need a decentralized digital identity so no one could take our information, no one could use our data and pretend to be us. And that's not even all the fines. Bank of America paid $11 billion as part of a $25 billion agreement with the 5 largest mortgage services, right? In November 2023, a U.S. regulator fined Bank of America $24 million for treasury spoofing. It never ends. And again, where does that lead you to? The banks, the gov, that they just let people do what they want if they're part of the financial system that benefits them. Crypto doesn't exactly benefit them right now because it's decentralized. It evens the playing field for everybody involved. It's inclusive. This system, the trad system, is exclusive. And we've seen that very much so with crypto companies being excluded from banking services. The banks are going to run to crypto one day. They're going to custody crypto.